I'm Mikey Evans, and this is the Oakland NORML News, April 26, 2007. Just back from the hash bash. Here's another story from Mexico's Civil War, caused and supported by America's insatiable appetite for cannabis and cocaine. Soldiers arrest Mexican police in anti-drug swoop. April 16th, Reuters. Monterrey, Mexico. Mexican troops arrested more than 100 policemen on Monday as part of a national drive against powerful drug gangs and the police officers on their payrolls. Soldiers and police swept into more than a dozen local police stations across the northern border state of Nuevo Leon, which was for long one of Mexico's most peaceful regions, but has seen a wave of execution-style killings in the past year. Nuevo Leon state government, which deployed police units alongside army officers in the sweep, said more than 100 police were arrested and would be investigated. Television images show the captured cops being driven in buses to a makeshift detention at a police training center. President Felipe Calderon has sent thousands of soldiers to crime hotspots along Mexico's border with the United States and other cities, including the Pacific resort of Acapulco, where drug smuggling cartels are locked in fierce turf battles. Rival cartels often use their extraordinary wealth to bribe poorly paid police to turn a blind eye to their activities. Police officers who refuse the money or get on the wrong side of the traffickers are increasingly being targeted. About 2,000 people were killed last year as violence spiraled around a feud between gangsters loyal to Kingpin Joaquin Shorty Guzman and the rival Gulf cartel. Another 600 people have been executed so far this year. Nuevo Laredo and its wealthy capital of Monterrey have for long escaped the bloodshed of Mexico's drug wars, but cartels now fighting for control of the state have killed about 50 people this year, many of them police officers. Mexican media said 20 victims of gang-related executions were found on Monday. Several have been tortured and shot at point-blank range. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson for NORML. For 30 years, NORML has provided a voice for the millions of Americans who smoke marijuana responsibly. 72% of the public support a fine only, no jail, for social use of marijuana. And yet, 724,000 Americans were arrested on marijuana charges last year because the politicians haven't yet gotten the message. To learn how you can help, contact NORML at www.norml.org.
Welcome back. Here's a story about our good friend, Willie Nelson. Music legend fined in marijuana case. Richard Burgess, advocate, Acadiana Bureau, St. Martinville, Louisiana. Country music legend Willie Nelson and his tour manager were ordered to pay $1,024 each and were sentenced to 6 months of probation after pleading guilty to possession of marijuana there Tuesday. Nelson, tour manager David Anderson, Nelson's sister, and 2 of the singer's tour bus drivers were cited in misdemeanor drug charges in September while traveling on Interstate 10 near St. Martin Parish. Police state investigators said they found 1.5 pounds of marijuana and a small amount of hallucinogenic mushrooms in a search prompted by a strong odor of marijuana during a routine motor coach inspection stop of his tour bus. Nelson and Anderson, both of Texas, entered their guilty pleas on a regular court day in St. Martinville, arriving with their attorney a few minutes before the plea hearing and taking seats at the front of a courtroom filled with other defendants. 16th Judicial District Judge Paul D. Mahy asked Nelson the same questions he asked for all guilty pleas as the singer stood before the judge. Name: Willie Hugh Nelson. Age: I was born in 1933. Occupation: I am an entertainer. And when asked, "Can you read?" Willie replied, "Yes, sir." The $1,024 in penalties and fees imposed on Nelson and Anderson include court costs, $500 in fines, a $50 fee for courthouse security, and $75 to reimburse the Acadiana lab for tests that confirmed that the leafy green substance found on the bus was indeed marijuana. The $500 fine was the maximum allowed for misdemeanor possession of marijuana. The judge also handed down 90 days suspended jail sentences, which could be imposed if the singer or his tour manager get in legal trouble again during their 6-month probation. Nelson could have faced felony distribution charges because of the large amount of marijuana involved, but prosecutor Chester Cedars said the amount of evidence indicated the marijuana was for personal use. Without a doubt, this is not a case of distribution, said Cedars. He said the marijuana was found stashed in 5 or 6 locations on the bus, and that Nelson admitted to ownership of some of the marijuana, but was unsure who owned the remainder. He said investigators believe some of the drugs may have been left on the bus by people coming and going during a tour stop in Montgomery, Alabama. Nelson had just played a gig there with another country music legend, Ray Price, and was returning home to Texas when he was stopped near Breaux Bridge. Word that country music legend was in the small Louisiana town quickly spread Tuesday after Nelson's arrival at the courthouse just before 10 a.m. A crowd of about 25 fans gathered outside to see Nelson after his brief court appearance. They waited with cell phone cameras and scraps of paper scrounged for a signature. He obliged the audience, taking a few moments to shake hands, sign autographs, and pose for pictures. "Thank y'all," he said, waving as he climbed into a car waiting in a parking spot marked "Reserved District Attorney Staff." One small group cheered as Nelson pulled away, and one woman yelled out, "Go Willie!" As part of the plea deal, prosecutors dismissed charges against Nelson's sister, Bobby Nelson, who, like her brother, is in her 70s. "I agreed to do that given her age and the totality of the circumstances," Cedars said. He also dismissed charges against the 2 bus drivers. "We had no evidence that they had anything to do with the contraband. State police had no reason to believe they were under the influence." A criminal background check indicated that Nelson, who has made no secret of his marijuana use, has never been convicted on a drug charge, according to Cedars. "We did something apparently nobody else has ever done," he said. The prosecutor said that Nelson received no special treatment from his office and paid a stiffer fine than most others convicted of a misdemeanor drug charge. "We assess his case as we would any other case," Cedars said. "We charge him as we would anybody else." Now here's a word from Willie.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson from NORML. For 30 years, NORML has provided a voice for the millions of Americans who smoke marijuana responsibly. In Canada, medicinal use of marijuana is already legal. Now the Canadian government has announced that they will soon stop arresting marijuana smokers altogether. We can learn much from our neighbors to the north. To learn how you can help, contact NORML at www.norml.org.
Welcome back. Here's some news out of Detroit. John Sinclair among speakers at this year's Liberation Day celebration, April 25, 2007. Historic activist, artist, and author John Sinclair will join the speakers at this year's Liberation Day event in downtown Detroit, being held this year on May 5th in the Grand Circus Park. He will join over a dozen other speakers in the demonstration against repressive drug laws regarding ibogaine, used in the effective treatment of opiates, and cannabis, also known as marijuana. The environmental uses of hemp for several dozen industrial applications, including biomass and biodiesel, will also be discussed. A mobile hemp museum graphically illustrating this remarkable plant will be on hand, as will a Shattered Lives exhibit illustrating the high personal toll of the drug war. This event marks the 8th year for the event in Detroit, but is actually a part of a larger worldwide event. Over 225 cities across the globe participate on the first Saturday of May to join on this First Amendment protest. In addition to speakers and bands, the event will also have a sign contest. Activists are encouraged to bring their banners, signs, and flags, a drum circle, and representatives from several local political organizations, so attendees may join organizations and get information.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson from NORML. For 30 years, NORML has provided a voice for the millions of Americans who smoke marijuana responsibly. Thousands of sick and dying patients find marijuana effective as a medicine, including cancer, MS, and AIDS patients. 9 states have legalized its use. To learn how you can help, contact NORML at www.norml.org or call toll-free at 888-67-NORML.
The Oakland County NORML's first Peace Bowl fundraiser was on April 17th, 2007. Although there was a small turnout, pre-sold tickets helped keep the organization in the black. And everyone had a good time bowling, and we gave away some great prizes. Should have been there, missed some fun, hope to see you next time. Let's see some highlights.
Look at that bud, dude. Yeah. Oh, he found one. Let's see how he does with it.
Yeah, looking good. Oh. I like 9.
Oh! Woo! First ball of the day gets a strike. That was pure luck. Hey, that was pure luck, man. That was luck, Mikey. Put the lime in the coconut. Put the lime in the coconut.
Now we're about to draw numbers for a skunk t-shirt.
Yeah, number 9.
It will be Matthew 11.
All right.
We'll be giving away something else here in just a few moments.
Sexy kid. That's right. What's up, world? On top of the world tonight.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's ugly.
That's skunk t-shirt goes to number 7. Five will be an activist hat. It comes with stickers, a stamper, and a t-shirt.
I want the stamper.
Zach, don't push it back, Zachary.
That's inside for the name of it. The next gift is going to be a copy of the movie Grass by Ron Mann, starring Woody Harrelson. Number 5, Richard Kyle.
Yay, Richard.
You won a copy of Grass, the movie.
All right.
County NORML. Thank you very much.
You know what I'm going to do? I will review this in full content later. The privacy of my home.
Yeah.
Because that's the only fucking place I can do it anymore.
Oh, that's an awesome movie
I
too.
We'll have prizes, we'll have stuff to get ready next time.
The USA has less than 5% of the world's total population, yet we still have 25% of the world's prison population. Nothing is going to change until you stand up and come out and march with us. Be there, Grand Circus Park, on May 5th, in Detroit. I will be there, Skippy will be there. I will be handing out stickers to anyone who can come up to me and say, I saw you on Oakland NORML News. Thank you, Mikey Evans, signing off.
You are watching